to Memorial Stadium in Bloomington, Indiana, home of the Indiana Hoosiers. As we'll see a team looking to make it back to the CFP this year, the Michigan State Spartans. Taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Indiana Hoosiers. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. On the run from inside his own 5. So Indiana's offense comes onto the field first today. Sparty spanked the Hoosiers all day long the last time these two got together.
Yeah, it was incredible to watch Sparty as well. They had a great game plan coming into that. They executed. Their best players stepped up and made big plays in that big game. How does Indiana respond this time around?
And I hope they were embarrassed, Indiana, because last year you saw Michigan State celebrating, carrying around that, that $25 trophy, the old brass spittoon. It was a beatdown. It was bad. You had a long time to stew on it and come out here and make this a different result.
Here's the handoff. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. And the Hoosiers come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. Sends it back in motion. Looking to throw for it. Got a man in the middle. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down. The Hoosiers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. Quickly gets back on top of it and prevents a turnover. After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Wants to go up top.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked one time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again. And the Hoosiers will punt this one away. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Gets the first one of the day off, and hoping he's not as busy as he was in that loss last week when he kicked it 4 times. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. So Michigan State's offense will try to get something going with their first possession. And it was a rough showing last week, and it all started with the quarterback, Jesse.
Yeah, he looked lost in that last game out. I thought the defense did a really good job of confusing him, mixing up their looks and their pressure. So no different today. The defense obviously watched the film, and they're going to come out and they're going to try to do the exact same thing and get this guy rattled. So this quarterback, he has to know what to expect early in this one, David.
If I'm his offensive coordinator, I want to get started off on the right foot, man. Get the ground game going. Make it easy, because last week was such a disaster. We want to turn the page. We need some confidence. We need some good mojo. First drive, we need something good to happen early so we can forget about that last week.
They'll try to run for it. Past the first down marker and still running. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45. Line gets set. First down. Makes the grab. It's Bettis.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
The give to the running back from the shotgun. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. The Spartans are on the move. Looking to throw on first down. Fires to the middle. Oh, he drops the football. He had him right down the gut of the field. Instead, it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Quick pass on the fly motion. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
Well, I love the aggressive nature of the defense on that play. Everybody playing with eye discipline. They saw the pre-snap motion. They knew who had the football. And you saw guys playing with excellent instinct, running down the hill and making a tackle.
On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Got it in the middle. It's Bettis. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. So the offense is going to go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He's got it. First down and more. That'll be enough for the first down, and now they've got it at the 15-yard line. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Looking to throw on first down. Gets it to him on the screen. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. A designed run for the quarterback. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Takes it from the gun on third down. Moves away as he feels pressure. Touchdown, Michigan State! Fitted in the window for the score. They can use this first score to sort of set the tone, guys, in this rivalry matchup.
Man, doesn't this feel good to come out, score early, get the crowd involved, get the nerves out of the way, Palmer, when you're playing in a big rivalry game?
Yeah, and I feel like momentum's always a big thing in any game, but in rivalry games, it's that much more important because everybody is going to feed off that first score now.
They'll snap the ball. First play of the drive coming from their own 24. He'll keep it himself. Makes a man miss.
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football, that time on the option play. I know he doesn't pick up the first down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it. Moving forward, expect the offense to go back to the option play again and see if someone will finally take the quarterback and force him to pitch it.
The Hoosiers come to the line on third and short, looking to keep the drive moving. Shotgun snap on third down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Shepard. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Goes to the option. And they make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the first quarter.
Brings up second down.
We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan State has the lead. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. The play action fake. Throws to the wideout. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit. They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. Here we go. From the gun, wants to pass. Quickly to the tight end. They don't get nearly enough on third down, fourth down coming from the 48. And the Hoosiers will call on their punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Probably not quite as good as he hoped as it goes out of bounds at the 20-yard line. The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Fires to the big fella. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1. And the Spartans with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Motion from the wideout. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. Oh, he's got some space. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line. The Spartans, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. Off the play fake on first down. Throws to the tight end. Working that left side. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31. And the Spartans come to the line with a new set of downs. Off the boot, looking for his man. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. This is a designed run. Hard running there. And look, This guy has some serious moves, and he tried all of them and still didn't get loose. Ball spotted at the 27. They're facing a 3rd and long to try to keep their hopes of a touchdown alive. Catch in the middle is Collier. That will be enough to move the chains and give them a first down in the red zone at the 14. The Spartans didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. Unloads to the wideout. Touchdown, Sparty! The finisher, the exclamation point on that drive. Effective offense, leading the way here and establishing this lead.
And that's how you draw it up, right? You want to come out, be clicking early, get everything going, way to get all the facets rolling. The defense right now on their heels, they have no answers. The offense doing whatever they want.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Indiana has the ball back, and the Hoosier offense comes out ready to go. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Rushes on him. And the big deflection on 3rd down forces a 4th down. The Hoosiers line up to punt it away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Wants to bring it back. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Rides the back on the option, the give. His junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. There are many brass spittoons, most of them quite common, but none quite as famous as the old brass spittoon, the trophy itself, first created for this series in 1950.
This has been a great rivalry in the Big Ten. I know they went to different divisions. This was a protected cross-division rivalry for a little while. It isn't anymore. They don't play every single year, but when they do meet up, David, it's must-watch TV. And
part about this rivalry is the trophy, and Reese omitted it. He usually doesn't do that. He usually goes on top of all of these details, but he kind of missed it. Back in 1950, Michigan State students were trying to make it more exciting, so they went by this store and basically bought a $25 trophy. An old...
Turning it on! Finds his man. It's Akbar. Inside the 20-yard line. Pushed out at the 18, and they're in business. Just inside the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 19. Dumps it to the back. Almost had the completion. Just missed it. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Quick strike complete. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. Passing game very effective on 2nd down. What about here on 3rd? Wants to keep it in the air. He's got it on the run. He gives them a fresh set of downs, and this one will be 1st and goal from the 6. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And the Spartans have it with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. The defense calls the timeout, their 2nd of the day, as they try to get their act together. He wants it all. Touchdown, Spartans! And they take it in for 6 more points. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown. And with the extra point, they're up 21-0. Field shrinks, tight end grows. Big targets, big results.
I've never heard it put that way, but you're dang right. That guy is so big. A lot of times you get a DB matched up on him. He can just post him up. A linebacker, he can run by him. So that's why these tight ends are so dangerous down here in this red zone.
They'll throw it to the back on the screen. He goes out of bounds, maybe a step shy of the 40. They're going to mark it at the 39, and a really nice pickup there. They created a lot of breathing room with that first play of the drive. Now first down from the 39. Going to take a shot at this DB. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete. They're dealing with a second and long. Back to pass. The short hands. It's Shepard. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. On third and long. Try to convert through the air. Finds a man on the left. He'll go out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 31, and a big pickup on that one. This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far. Starting to get things moving. It's 1st and 10. Got his man out of the backfield.
Well, you haven't seen a lot of incompletions from this guy now in his last 2 games out. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. As a head coach, you got to love the fact that your quarterback is dialed in.
Bringing the heat. Dances away to buy time. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19. And the Hoosiers racing to the line in the hurry up. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. They're working that left side. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Back to pass on second down. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. It is perfect. Had to settle for the field goal. So they get the late field goal right before the half, and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. One more snap coming before halftime. Looking downfield on first down. Looking for a huge play. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
You know, to a lot of people, it's just a brass spittoon. But to these teams, it means so much more, and it sure looks like it so far. And this linebacker has left his big old paw prints all over this first half. He's been clogging running lanes and forcing turnovers, and even when he's not doing something that shows up on the stat sheet, he's preventing that offense from doing so. A young man with all-American potential. Guys, gotta love when the brass spittoon is up for grabs. Let's get things back to you.
Just about set to get this second half underway. He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more.
Oh, he wants it all. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. They couldn't make the connection on second down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. From the gun, wants to pass. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming. The Spartans decide to punt it away. First one of the day is on its way. Didn't see a lot of him in that loss last week. Only called on once. We'll see the offense make its way onto the field here, hoping for a successful drive. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Man, it's been a surprise today for this offense. Like, coming into the game, we all talked about it. We thought they'd be able to run against this defense that's been run on a lot, and this offense just can't get the running game going. Be interested to see what they do to try to change it up, but somehow, some way, they need that physical ground game.
Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. Here comes the heat. Just gets rid of it before the heat. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds. The Hoosiers send out the punt unit. They'll look to pin him deep. Fields the punt and tries to find an opening. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. And that defensive penetration gave him no chance, and he is ridden out of bounds. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Right down the middle. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down. His offense lines up feeling awfully good after that big play. Little touch pass to the receiver. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Wants to throw it. Just a bit of a misfire there as they can't make the connection.
And those are tough passes. When you start throwing those balls towards the sidelines, it's a longer throw for the quarterback to make, and I think that's when you see the majority of the misses for guys, the majority of the overthrows and a little bit of inaccuracy start to show itself.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him, weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy. That's why the ball falls incomplete.
Man, those plays are frustrating on a defense. You get 3 stops and you force that 4th down, trying to get off the field, but the offense makes the play, gets the first down. It's almost like you got to kind of recalibrate, refocus. Forget that one. Let's do it again.
They stop him just a length or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here.
I like this idea by the offense going hurry up here. You just had a very nice run. Let's get back up to the line of scrimmage and go fast.
Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
Timeout, Michigan State.
And the Spartans come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Caught near the sticks. It's Akbar. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. The Spartans will line it up on 1st and 10. He's got an open man. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go.
Hold it.
So the big gain, all for naught, brought back due to the laundry on the field, and they'll try it again. Hand off from the shotgun. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. And the Spartans come to the line in the hurry-up. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Using his feet to buy time. Just a Baryshnikov-like move on the sideline to tap that toe and get the first down. This defense just can't get off the field. The offense unstoppable. Makes the catch. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal.
That's a big key for this offense. Now, you've got the lead here in the second half. You want to run the football, and you got to just keep getting positive yards. You got to keep the 3rd downs manageable so you can stay on the field, bleed the clock. That's going to be the key for this offense and their team winning the...
Touchdown, Michigan State! And the punishment has been extended. If this dude were a kitchen knife, he would be slicing tomatoes so thin your in-laws would never come back to your house.
Well, that'd be a good thing. I don't know if I want my in-laws to come back anyways, but he's been on fire. He's been absolutely torching this defense. They've had absolutely no answers for him.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. They'll start this drive going to the air. Got a man. It's Williams. Makes the stop at the 33, but it's a 15-yard gain. With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. Quarterback on the keeper. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. And we talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just can't find a way to get it going. And I'm surprised, but now what's your counterpunch? How are you going to get the ground game going? Because so far, not a lot of success.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. He'll keep it on the sneak. Talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. The give from the gun. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Tried to pound it on first down. Now back to the line. Makes the catch. It's White. Past the 40. Inside the 35. Knocked. Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. That's a fumble.
Man, this is why you practice 5 points of pressure with the football. You cannot put the ball on the ground. Doesn't matter how many defenders are around you or how hard you get hit. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win games.
He'll do it himself. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Well, that last play is basically a microcosm of what today has been like for this offense. Just nothing happening. Not physical enough at the point of attack. They're being swarmed. They haven't had the balance necessary to win.
And the quarterback goes down. There is a penalty flag on the field, but I think the defense might have the option just to take this play. So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines and stands on the result of the play. Defense getting stingier in their own end of the field. It's 3rd and long from the 28. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again. Down by multiple possessions. You can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. And they are stopped on 4th down. That decision will be questioned. He might want another play. Wants to throw on 1st down. Catch in the middle. It's Akbar. And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45. The Spartans will hustle to the line.
He came into this year with big expectations. Everybody expecting him to stat it up. And now with that last completion, he's already over 2,000 yards passing for the season.
He'll go out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. A big play has this offense in business.
First down for the offense.
Offense threatening, 1st and 10 from the 31. To the air on 1st down. Looking down the middle. It's complete. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a 1st down. And the Spartans come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Gets the back moving. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Gets it out quickly. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in.
And I love when my quarterback sees zoned and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
When you talk about versatility at the running back spot, you got to talk about this guy in the conversation. He already has caught a touchdown on this one. They're still trying to throw him the football. That one goes incomplete, but I would keep this up if I'm on offense.
Just tried to drop a little floater in there, and it's incomplete.
I don't care how talented you are as a quarterback, but your accuracy always goes down when you get hit. Nice job by the QB scrambling, working to his right, but he wasn't completing that pass with that pressure.
Into the end zone. Incomplete pass, and the defense comes up big, and they take over.
This is so a Jesse Palmer move. Exactly what he would do. Continue to put the foot on the accelerator, try to rub it in.
Breaks into the open. Bust through behind his pad. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Looking to fire. Got it in the middle, it's Akbar. He just slips and slides his way down to the 42. It's 3rd down, and the line to gain is to 36. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Really nice job to convert that 3rd down, and they've got it at the 33. They went up top to pick up the last 1st down. Let's see what they have here. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Gonna sling it on 2nd down. Completes it in the middle.
Well, and a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
Just across the 20 with a 1st down at the 19. The Spartans want to pick up the tempo.
1st down for the offense.
Wants to go up top on 1st down. Hauls it in. Now the connection takes it to the 11. Offense uses a timeout. 17 seconds left on the clock.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes. He's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Wants to go up top. Under fire. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
Got to give the defense credit on that play, taking everything away, forcing the incompletion. Now it's decision time. 4th and short, and you're in field goal range. What do you do here?
On 4th down, trying to find his man. Finds his target down the middle. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it 1st and goal.
1st and goal. Michigan State.
Unleashes to the end zone. And it's incomplete as he was trying to finish the drive with a score. So Michigan State beats Indiana to claim the